Hi there, Michelle here, and welcome back to my channel. In today's video is another Monday vlog where I go over everything I did last week, what I'm doing this week, and future projects. If you are new to my channel and you like crocheting and knitting and yarn and thrifting in the 80s and this general vibe, then why not hit the subscribe button? If you subscribe to my channel, then you will be up to date with all of my latest videos and projects. Last week, I started a new segment in these vlogs, and that is just footage from the previous week that I didn't put in, like my Saturday video, or I'm not going to be putting in a video. So that is where I think I'm going to start these vlogs from. On Monday, I went to Michael's to look for a Join As You Go color for my car crochet projects. And while I was there, I thought I would check out the bead section. They had a lot of new ones that were super cute. I am going to finish those car projects. I literally just ran out of time this week. I don't know what happened. Also, there's a certain elastic that I needed for the project that I'm going to work on today, and I did not know where it was, and I wasn't going to tear apart my camper looking for it. Anyways, I'm actually going to use this yarn here. It is the Yarn Inspirations Granny Square All-in-One Petite. The color of this one is called Poppin'. This might look familiar because it looks almost identical to the one that I used for the headrest, Rad Party, except the colors are a little different. I believe Rad Party went teal, purple, yellow, and this one goes purple, teal, yellow, but it's literally the same color. And then I'm thinking with this, I'm going to do a border in it and then a join as you go, because I actually did take one of the squares and I measured it on that center console that I keep talking about. If I took 2 squares, it fit it perfectly, so that'd be 5 rows. So I need to make this 5 rows, so I'm thinking I will do 1 row in black, and then when both of them are done, I'll do a join as you go, just with the 2 squares. I've never done a join as you go with 2 squares, so I thought that would be kind of interesting to do. So back on these gosh darn granny squares. From what I remember, the petite was pretty good. Like, it didn't give me too many issues. First off, I want to say that the Petite All-in-One Granny Square yarn is my favorite. There's only 3 rows, but also look how much extra I have at the end. I did not have anything like close to this in the last squares that I did. There's so much extra, and I didn't have any problems. I didn't have to do 5 in the corner instead of 6 in the corner. Didn't have to do any of that. I could have probably done a chain in between each of these clusters is how much that I have left over at the end. All right, so that one's done. I'm gonna make 1 more, and then I'm gonna start the border in the black yarn. That is what it looks like, and now I just need to get some black elastic, and I think I'm just gonna like weave it in and out of the last row of the granny squares and then kind of tighten it, and then that way I can like stretch it and put it over the little armrest. So I need to go find some black elastic now. I went into the camper and I found this elastic. I don't know what it was from. I don't know where I got it. I don't remember buying it. Ends are woven in, again, because this is the all-in-one granny square. I only had to really weave in an end for the beginning and the end of the actual square, and then I did have to weave in the ends of the black yarn that I did add on. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm just going to weave in this, just like this. Just kind of like in and out. And as always, Totoro would like to know what's going on. She loves to know what's going on at all times. And I think I'm just gonna give this a very loose knot. That way I can untie it easy tomorrow and tighten it up if I like, but it's gonna go kind of like this, and it's gonna go over top of, yes, good job, Totoro. She's inspecting it. Yeah, you inspect it, girl. Okay. Oh, she just wants the pants. Oh. Gonna finish this up tomorrow. Totoro, just let me finish and then I'll pat you, I promise. Okay, anyways, tomorrow I'll put this in the car and figure out how it's gonna fit. Yesterday I finished these and I got this done, so time for me to put it on. So I have to stretch it over here, but I don't have a good spot to put my camera. Oh, I forgot. My old one used to be the whole thing. This is not the whole thing anymore. Like that. And if I tighten it, oh, that's actually, is that gonna close? I thought it would be a little bit more rounded. So that's what it looks like. My old one, the whole thing used to be one unit and it used to like hinge on the back, whereas this hinges here. So that's kind of annoying because I thought I could just do the whole thing. So many things I'm learning about this car while making these projects. I just keep my sunglasses in there. Yeah, so we'll see how long this lasts. You know, if it falls apart and it won't stay, okay, I tried my best. You know, it's not too bad. Last week, I was working on crochet projects for my new car, which I've had for over a month now. I feel like I've had it for a lot longer than that. I don't know, it's weird. I'm like slowly forgetting my Honda Civic, but like, I miss my Honda Civic so much. Anyways, I did get a new car, well, new to me. And because the new car that I have is very different than my old car, aesthetic-wise, vibe-wise, look-wise, I needed to make new projects for that. And so I decided to do a whole like 1980s roller rink, bowling alley, arcade vibe. That's the vibe, okay? Bright neon colors, a lot of turquoise in there, stuff like that. So I ended up using the all-in-one granny square yarn, which you know is my favorite. I actually have them in here. I used the all-in-one granny square yarn. I ended up making it look like this. Since you have to center pull, the yarn skeins were getting very droopy and very floppy, and it's just like if I were to throw that into the yarn buckets, oh my goodness, if I could just see myself digging through there one day and then it just becoming an unraveled mess. So I ended up putting them through the yarn spinner and I just turned them into cakes. And so if you didn't watch the video, basically what I did was, because it is a center pull, I pulled the rest of the yarn from the center, balled it up, and then put it in the yarn winder. That way, the last color on the edge here is where I start the next square, rather than pulling, because then I can put this on like my yarn spinner and it can spin. I just thought this was an easier way to organize my yarn. In the video, I did give a little review on the yarn, specifically these ones. Although it is a cool yarn and I love a novelty yarn. You know me, if there's a new novelty yarn, I will buy it. I love novelty yarns so much. With these 4 colors, what I noticed is you needed to switch between hook sizes for certain rows. The majority of it was like the middle one was a 4.5, and then the second and third row I went up to a 5, and then the fourth and fifth row I went down to a 4.5. But then there's this one, and it was hyper violet. It started off with the way that I had just described it, switching back and forth between the 4.5 and the 5. But then I got into like the middle of the skein, and I needed to switch to a 5mm crochet hook for the entire square. And let me know in the comments if this has happened to you, where you think you know what you're doing, and then suddenly the squares change on you. They all turned out really beautifully. I love them. I think they look so good. I went to Tim Hortons today to get an ice cap, and the person giving me my ice cap complimented the crocheting in my car. So, you know, that was very nice to hear. I really like how they look. Now, I wasn't too sure with the teal, and I'm still like not 100% sure with the teal, because I really wanted all the vibrant colors to pop, but I feel like the teal just kind of stands out a little bit more than the rest of it. Part of me kind of wishes I did do a join as you go in the black yarn. We'll see. I'm probably not going to take it apart, but if it really bugs me, or maybe if one day I want to add on to it, I'll take all the join as you go yarn off, and I'll just make more squares and do a black join as you go border. Okay, that's not for right now, all right? I'm good with it right now. I am using the new cup cozy that I made. I really want to do another project with this though. This here was made with the Big Twist value yarn in the color Rainbow Bright. And what I'm kind of thinking is that there's a website, and I've seen TikToks on it, and I saved a TikTok. It's called Planned Pooling, and it looks like it's for knitting, but I wonder if you could do it for crocheting. And basically there's a website that you go into and you type in how many rows you want to do, how many stitches you want to do, and then it comes up with like a design. And I think this would be so cool to try, especially with that yarn. Do I have to do math? Do I have to measure the colors? I don't know. But maybe there's a crochet version, because there is the knitting version, and I am getting better at knitting. I probably could do a panel of knitting, and maybe it would, you know, make my purling a little bit better, because I don't do a lot of purling. But I thought that'd be pretty cool, and I've always wanted to try it, so maybe that's the yarn that I try it with. That's just something in the back of my head for when I need like a project to work on and I don't know what to work on. I'll probably do something like that, but just not anytime soon, because I've got a lot of projects that I got to start, because August is happening soon, which means I got to start all my fall projects. I do have to say though, I went into my car today. I was driving and I'm just like, oh right, I put a little disco ball, and I like look over where the disco ball is supposed to be, and it's not there. The disco ball is gone. So in the car crochet projects, I ended up finding, where are they? They're right here. These at Michael's. They are just disco ball ornaments that I found in the Halloween section. I thought that, oh, this would be so cool to put in the car. And so I did. And this morning when I looked over to look at it, it was gone. I look over and this is what I see. This is just dangling. And I'm like, there's supposed to be a disco ball on that. I'm thinking that it got pretty warm in the car and it melted off. So I think the sun or the heat melted the glue off and it fell. But now it feels like it's pretty stuck in there. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get some more glue and really glue it in, and hopefully it will stay, because I really like this little disco ball. It's so cute. Like, I want to keep this in my car. I ended up going with the teal one, but I'm kind of thinking maybe I'll switch it up to like the pink or the orange. I don't know right now which one I want, because I put the teal, but then I kept thinking about the pink one, and the pink one would look so cute. So I kind of want to do the pink one now, but I'm going to have to really reinforce them with glue. So I didn't think that was a thing. Luckily it fell and it bounced over to the passenger side door and it kind of wedged itself in there. So it wasn't like rolling around my car or anything like that. Now I do want to talk about the shirt that I'm wearing. This shirt here is from TL Yarn Crafts. It says crochet is my favorite sport. I just got this the other day in the mail. I think it's really, really cute. I do think that the print that I got, I think how they printed it is a little low. I think it should have been like a little bit higher, and it's like slightly bothering me. Like it should have been like this, and it's like down here. I don't know. That just bothers me a little bit. I also kind of wish I would have got the blue one. If she ever has a sale, I might buy another one. This shirt is so cute. I ended up getting in like this green color because I don't have a lot of like green, and I thought, you know, it kind of looks campy, and what's more campy than like the color green, like forest, campground, you know what I mean? On the website, it didn't say what the t-shirt brand was, and I'm very particular with my t-shirt brands. Specifically, I really only want to buy t-shirts that are from the Comfort Colors brand. Comfort Colors, let me tell you, is my favorite brand of t-shirts. They are so soft, they are so comfortable, they fit perfectly every single time. I absolutely love them, and they wash wonderfully. I love the Comfort Color brand of shirts, okay? And they didn't really say on the website what these were, and I'm like, okay, let's just buy it. And thank goodness they are the Comfort Colors. I will link this in the description below if any of y'all are interested in this shirt. She also has a bunch of other really cute designs on the website. Just know that these are Comfort Colors. I really wish in the description that she would have put Comfort Colors, because I was kind of like hemming and hawing if I wanted to buy it, but if I would have seen Comfort Colors in the description of the shirt, I would have bought it instantly. There would have been no question about it, because Comfort Colors, again, my favorite brand of t-shirts. I own so many of them because I just love how they fit. And I got the size large. I just like the size large. I like how it's a little billowy. I don't like anything that's like too tight. It fits me perfectly. I love these. So if anyone's wondering the shirt I'm wearing, That's where I bought it from. This week, I'm going to be doing my summerween crochet project. Is it a little late in the season to do the summerween project? Maybe. I love summerween, and I kind of fell a little bit behind this year due to the fact I had to make that gigantic tapestry crochet project. Really wanted to do the summerween project a little bit earlier in July, but I was working on that blanket the entire month. When I was done the project and the video was out last week, I was kind of going back and forth of, do I want to do the summerween project or do I want to do the car projects? I picked the car projects because I needed a break from tapestry, okay? Because my summerween projects are always a tapestry project, and I needed to step back from tapestry for like 2 weeks. Just give me a break from tapestry and then I'll get back into it. So I will be doing another tapestry summerween crochet project. This will also be the 3rd year of me doing a summerween project. The first year I ended up making this bag here. It is the Jacko Melon. And then the inside, I put like this pink color, like the inside of a watermelon. You might have recognized this a little recently when I did fixing my crochet projects. The lining was kind of coming out, and so I redid it. Also, thank you again for the comment of telling me what I should have done, because I kind of got fed up with sewing, and I'm like, you know what, the black thread is in there, it's fine. I don't care if like black thread is showing on here. The comment said I can have a different color of thread and a different color bobbin. And like, I know that, and I've done that before, but it just didn't click in my head when I was working on this, because I was just like doing some other sewing projects and I just wanted to be done them, and I'm like, I don't want to deal with it anymore. When I do these, I always do them the crochet side down, and then I have this up. So what I should have done is I should have had the thread, the top thread in like this pink color, which I have it, and then the bobbin should have been in black. I wouldn't have this black line in here, it would be pink. If anyone else is doing sewing projects, just keep that in mind because I forgot. I'll remember it from now on, and I know I always mention this, but I have to do something wrong in order for me to remember what to do right. I'm always going to remember that now. This was the first project I did of summerween, so this was 2024. And then last year's summerween project was this one here, and it was a skeleton floating in a pool. And then the lining doesn't really match it, but I saw it, and it's just a bunch of fancy ducks with little top hats. I have to be careful. Every time I have this on screen, it makes everything turn this weird purple color. I think it's like this blue, and it's trying to like adjust to it. So the more I have it, like if I do this and then I take it away, it becomes very purple and it annoys me. But these two are on my Patreon, so if any of y'all are interested in making these, they are on my Patreon. These would also make really cool hanging tapestries and pillows too. So if you don't really want a tote bag, you can just take the grid and make whatever you want with it. So that leads to, what am I going to be doing this year? I've talked about it in previous vlogs. I've decided to do a sandcastle haunted house. I actually already have like the haunted house made, because I'm just going to use the haunted house from my haunted house Halloween sweater that I did years ago. I think I did that one either in 2023 or 2024. I don't remember which one. I think it was 2023. I also think I included it in one of my fixing up crochet videos because I redid the neckline, and I might have redone the bottom. Before, when I would do my sweaters, I made them too cinched in. I've decided that I'm going to do this, but make it into a tote bag, but also kind of like a beachy kind of tote bag. I'm not thinking of like a square tote bag. I'm kind of thinking of more of like maybe a rectangular tote bag, maybe the same height as this, but maybe a little bit longer like this, so it's more of a rectangle. And I'm kind of thinking of trying to find maybe some sort of like striped fabric, you know, like a beachy striped fabric, but maybe Halloween. I'm pretty sure Fabricland has their Halloween fabric out, but the Lens Mill store always has Halloween fabric. So I want to find something like that. I haven't found the yarn yet. It's somewhere. I'm really trying to use yarn that I already have in my yarn stash, but I just don't know what blue I want to use yet. I don't use blue a lot, so I'm not buying a lot of blue yarn. So I'm kind of thinking a darker blue. I want to make the sandcastle like a beigey color. You know, let me just go look for yarn. Give me a second. So I got a few colors, but they're not the colors that I'm going to use for the project. I don't think. I have this blue, which I am very disappointed in myself because if you watched my Stranger Things crochet blanket, I had to go out and buy a dark blue because I thought I didn't have one, and I had one the entire time. And this was actually from my work cape that I made years ago, and I thought I had some left over. I looked in the blue bin and I didn't see it. I had it, and I bought the exact same color, navy, in the Bernat for the other project I did. And I could have just used this because this wasn't even used. That just makes me so disappointed in myself. If I ever decide to do the upside down version of my blanket, I have blue for that, unless I use it for this project. I'm not 100% sure because I want it to be a darker blue so the sandcastle kind of pops. Oh, that's where the beige is. I'm like, where's that beige? I know I have a beige. I brought all the beiges in the house when I was working on the tapestry project, and I haven't brought them back yet. Or I'm kind of thinking of like a blue like this. I don't know if I want like a dark blue. I feel like this one might look too black, and I don't want it to look black. I just want it to look more like a stormy day at sea. And then I kind of want to get maybe like some sort of beige like this. Probably not this exact beige. I'm still kind of thinking about it. I think the beige that I want is in the house. So I know I have a beige. It's just in the house. So my plan is I'm going to make a haunted house, which is going to probably look like the haunted house I already have. Maybe I'll add some more things to the side, but I want to do it in a beige color so it looks like it's made out of sand. The background color, I want it to be like a dark blue. I was kind of thinking of doing like another light blue, something like this, but I just don't think the sandcastle, it kind of looks okay, but I just have an image of it being a darker blue. And then what I'm thinking is in my original one, I had the moon behind the castle. I'm kind of thinking about putting a sun behind the castle because it's like beach, right? And I think that would actually look really cool, but I don't know if I want to do like sand on the bottom as well, but maybe like in a different sand color, or just put the castle, like just the castle, kind of like it's just him sitting and it's like just the pumpkin, right? So I'm kind of thinking maybe just the castle in the middle. I just kind of have the idea at the moment, but today I'm really hoping to redesign it just a little bit so it fits more of a rectangular shape. Thankfully, I don't really have to go back and change anything on the house. It looks fine. And then I have to just change the moon into a sun. And that's that. And then I also have to figure out what yarn I'm using. Really hoping I don't have to buy yarn, but if I do have to buy yarn, it's probably going to be blue. I also know that I will be making it out of this type of yarn. I know I normally say when I do these types of tapestry projects, I like using a DK weight yarn, specifically the Hayfield bonus DK yarn, which I have a lot of that yarn, but I've already kind of done this project in this weight of yarn, and I know it turned out good. And there's not like too much details in this, so I really don't want to put any more details than there already is. So I'm fine with how it looks. I'm good. That is really what I'm going to be focusing on this week. Future projects. I have a lot of projects that I am very excited for because it is fall time, and that means sweaters, sweaters, sweaters. Sweater weather.
Sweater weather. Oh, God, I would finally sweater weather.
And I get to start them all now, and I'm so excited because there's so many that I want to make. And in last week's vlog, I was talking about one in particular. I will be knitting this loon sweater that I've already bought the yarn for. I've got the pattern. I am ready to go. That's something that I will be making, and I think I might start it after this summerween project. But I think what I'm going to do is, because it is a knit sweater and it's going to take me a little bit more time to do, although I don't think it's going to take me as long as I thought, because the last knit sweater I did took me about 40 hours to make. The crochet blanket took me about 80 hours to make, and that took me 3 weeks. So if I really focus on this sweater, it should maybe only take me a week and a half, if I think about it that way. But also, the last sweater that I made was was a little too oversized for myself. Again, I'm still learning my tension. So if I'm not making it as big, it shouldn't take me as long? I don't know. We'll have to see. I am excited to work on it. But there is another project that I wasn't really planning on doing, but you know, Yarn Inspirations just had to do the thing that they always do, come out with a new granny square yarn. Now, a lot of you have been sending me posts about this new yarn and have been mentioning it in the comments. Don't worry, I already got it. Well, I ordered it. It's coming to me soon. It's not physically here, unfortunately, but I am so excited. It is the Caron all-in-one granny square cotton yarn. It's a cotton yarn. It's a little bit thinner, and it makes, I think, around like 30 squares. I can't quite remember what it is. Where's my phone? Also, the yarn was on sale. There was a sale. Each one of these cakes, you can make up to 39 granny squares. They're also little. They say that they measure from 2.5 to 3 inches, and it says with extra yarn in the final round for seaming the squares together. Okay, we're gonna have to test that theory. Okay, they say that, but will that be true? Who knows? I ended up getting this one here, which is called Wicker Whims. See, they can come with cute names. So the colors that they have are Blossom Bliss, Sangria Splash, Coral Cove, Lemon Lime, Silver Smoke, Orchid Oasis. They also have Cream, Rose, and Sky. So those are just plain ones, which is really interesting to see. Now, I got this one here for obvious reasons. It has yellow in it. It has the beiges in it. It has like a brown in it. I also ordered the Karen All Day Cotton in the color Coffee Bean because it's like this dark chocolate brown. And what I'm kind of thinking is if I make like a cute tote bag or a pillow, not too sure yet, I can join them together with this brown color. And hopefully the brown color will be enough. If it's not enough, you know, we'll figure it out, okay? But people have always told me to try the Karen All Day Cotton and I've just never seen it in stores. And so while I was ordering the new granny square yarn, I'm like, you know what? I should also order that one. I should have also ordered 2 of them, but it seemed like there would be enough. That will give me maybe something to do, like a cute little crochet project while I'm working on the other knitting projects. Making something with that and doing that loon sweater, those are future projects that are probably going to happen sometime in August. Another thing that I kind of want to work on, I don't know when I'm going to get this done. Probably when I do projects for the camper, which I didn't mention in this video, but I still want to redo the beaded curtain. I still want to make some crochet curtains over there. I want to move some curtains, a lot of curtains going on, but I just don't know when I'm going to do that. It might have to be when it cools down just a little bit. I have ideas and I just don't have the time to do them. And I want to, again, blame that blanket that consumed my life for 3 weeks. I kind of want to change the backdrop here, not the painting. Love the painting. What I'm kind of thinking though is maybe change a little bit over here, change a little bit here. I have things hanging on the wall, but you barely see them. Like over there, that's a little raccoon that he's just kind of hanging on a little branch. But then up top, which you never see, I have birds. I just want to show you the back of it right here. I love that curtain and it matches that curtain and it matches the curtain over there. I got them from my friend Kathy. Her mom made them back in the day. Look at how detailed. That is like beautiful filet crochet. Anyways, what I'm kind of thinking is change this up a little bit, change this up a little bit. You never see those birds, so probably take some of that down. Probably take that down. Probably take that down and maybe take this and move it to that window instead, and then get a bigger curtain rod that like reaches from there all the way to there, and then get some curtains that kind of come down on the sides here and kind of cover up the edge. Is that velvet? Ooh, that is velvet. That's very pretty. Trust me, if I ever have a house, this will go into the house one day. And cover up the sides of the frame, even though the frame looks beautiful, to make it look like it's a window. You know what I mean? And then what I'm kind of hoping is maybe find one for each season. Like find a summer one, find a winter one, and find a spring one. And then throughout the year, when the seasons change, I switch up the backdrop because you never see up there. So it doesn't really matter. Actually, behind here, if y'all remember, there's a window. Yeah. There's a window back there, but I put this in front of it because there's lots of windows, okay? But I want to find like the perfect curtains to go here. I kind of want like a lacy one. Like I love those ones, but they're just not long enough for what I want. But I also want them to like cover it up, like maybe not be so see-through so then you can't see there. But that's just something that I thought I would just bring up. This is a painting that I got at a yard sale, and it's an actual painting. It's not a print. Someone actually messaged me saying that they think that their grandparents had the exact same one in their house and they sold it at a yard sale 10 years ago, but then I bought this at a yard sale last year. So maybe it's the same one that somebody bought at a yard sale and then also sold at a yard sale because they had a bunch of these paintings. There's the little artist's name. Yeah, so that's kind of my idea for back here. I think I need to switch it up a little bit. That's probably something I'm going to do when I do the camper projects. Also, I just need some advice if anybody knows where I can get something like this. But my sister made me this duck, okay? It has its little wings. He's a little duck. He's also very dusty. You know, there's a bunch of dust everywhere. What I would like to find is, you know, those stands where real taxidermy ducks kind of sit on and then like their wings are like open and they look like they're like in the air. I kind of want one of those to put him in. And then that way maybe I could put him like over here somewhere and it looks like he's like flying. Maybe I just get them on Amazon. I don't know. But if anybody knows where I could get those, let me know. Inexpensively. I don't want to buy anything too expensive. And if I have to make one, I might make one. But I think that'd be really cool. So that way he looks not so sad just sitting there. You know what I mean? You know, I'll probably end up doing that sooner than later because the knitting project will take some time. And so like I can take a break from the knitting, do this, go back to the knitting, do another project, go back to the knitting. That is definitely something I would like to do within the next month. Now we're at the part of the vlog where I want to talk a little bit about the TV shows that I have been watching lately. First off, I am rewatching Widow's Bay. I love that show so much. It's such a good show. There's only 10 episodes, so you know, if I watch one episode a day, it just takes me 10 days. But I actually have started watching Sabrina the Teenage Witch, the 90s version. I used to watch the newer one and I liked the outfits. They were really cute. And then I think they had one episode where it was a musical episode and I'm like, I'm out. I'm good. I don't need to watch this show anymore. I didn't even watch the end of it. Did it get canceled? Did it end somewhat well? I don't know because I stopped watching it. So I have started watching the 90s one. I didn't watch it growing up only because I was still watching cartoons at the time. It was a little too old for me, like for me to understand. Like I was in like elementary school and they were in high school. I think it was like on later in the day, you know, when I probably went to bed. So it was just a little too old for me back then. Like in the 90s, I was like 5. Okay. I was born in 1989. So I was very young when the show came out. And then when I got older, I think I wanted to watch it like maybe 10 years ago or something like that. It wasn't on any streaming service. So like I couldn't watch it. I couldn't find it. When I eat, I like to watch a TV show. I like watching TV shows that are like maybe like they're like a comedy, maybe like 30, like a 23-minute episode kind of thing where like I can stop and like maybe not watch it for a day and then get back into it like halfway through an episode and I'm good. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm trying to like branch out. I would usually watch 30 Rock, Community, Parks and Rec, Brooklyn Nine-Nine, and New Girl. When I was done rotating that, which, you know, takes some time, then I would just start up again. But I started rewatching other shows. So I did start watching The Goldbergs, which I used to watch way back in the day. And then I stopped. I think I got into like seasons 5 or 6 and I'm like, when is this show gonna end? And then I looked and there was like 3 more seasons and I'm like, I can't do this anymore. I tried. I liked the first few seasons. I didn't really care for the wardrobe in it. Like the mom, her wardrobe, amazing. Great. But like the daughter, it's like they went to Forever 21 in 2013 and picked up all her outfits. They look somewhat 80s, but they're not 80s at all, and it drove me nuts. I got to the point where the storyline was the same over and over and over again, and nobody learned their lessons, and it'd be the same thing. So I stopped watching that. Then I started watching Arrested Development, watched all of that, including the new seasons. I didn't watch those before. I'm like, okay, let me just watch it while I eat, and I don't really got to pay attention. I originally wanted to start watching Third Rock from the Sun. I used to watch it as a kid. It's not on any streaming service. So hopefully they have that somewhere eventually. So long story short, I'm watching Sabrina the Teenage Witch. Her outfits are the most adorable outfits ever, and I cannot wait for fall because it's all very fall. She wears like the short little black like tennis skirts, which I have so many of them with the little shorts underneath, with like black tights. I love them. Some cute shoes. I have the shoes, and she wears like the cutest little tops, and I have so many cute 90s tops, and I just didn't know how to wear them, and I'm like, oh, that's how I'm gonna wear it. I'm kind of hoping this fall that I get out of my comfort zone a little bit and start wearing skirts, because I love skirts. I just didn't know how to wear them. My problem is that I just get into like old grandpa sweater territory, and then I can't get out. I started watching that, and I love all her outfits, and I love Salem, of course. A talking cat, sign me up. I'm watching that show now and taking notes of all her outfits. I think that does it for this video. In the comments below, please let me know what y'all are working on this week. I always love reading what y'all's projects are. I think that does it for this video, so y'all have a good day now.